In general, when I was growing up, the work it felt like the you as a person were malleable. Anyone could do anything. But then as you grow up, you're like, no, no, people really do have proclivities, and they should be in certain roles because they have
Yeah.
natural proclivities. I feel like, you know.
Yeah, that's the challenge, right? As you get older, that when you're younger, you should be exploring, you should be really flexible and malleable to do a bunch of different things. But at some point, you got to monetize it, right? Like, and I don't mean, it's such a horrible phrase to use, but at some point you have to, and it's not about you need to make a lot of money, but you need to kind of get your expertise to a level that you become even better at something, and you need to operationalize it. Like there's a big difference between when I was doing 10 and 20 speeches a year and now I do about 70. And
Oh
the
wow.
biggest issue is operationalizing it. You can't do 70 speeches and write a brand new speech every time. Because, just 2 months ago, I did 3 speeches in 18 hours. You can't do that. So there's an efficiency that comes with the expertise. And in order to do that, you need to kind of zero in. And now that you've got the natural feel for it, now it's like, how do I operationalize it to do it in a really, really efficient way? Because now I can, and whether that's now I can make more money or I can serve more people or I can help more people or whatever your thing is. But to scale it, you need to focus on it.
You mentioned scaling before and scaling your attributes. Everyone has attributes, and the ability to scale your attributes is really a superpower. You seem to have been able to scale your personality and your experiences in a very effective way. And the way you're just speaking, actually,
Yeah.
and refining your presentation, it's similar to the way stand-up comedians refine their hour special over a long time, and then they just hammer it down and hammer it down until they get it perfectly,
Yeah.
and then they can relax and like move in and out of it if they need to during different situations. I think that your stand-up background probably trained you unconsciously for that, for what you're doing right now, it seems like.
100%. 100%. I take a stand-up approach to speaking. And I do, and it's evolved and it's kind of extended into books. So what a lot of people do is they write a book, they spend a lot of time researching a specific topic, and they research the hell out of that book, out of that topic. And then they go, okay, I've now got the book. And they write the book, and then like a musician, they now tour the book. And so that's the way they do it. That's kind of a writer first approach to that. I do the opposite. I have a stand-up brain. So what I do is I go, I think there's something here. Like, I think there's a weird thing here. And I'll start working what I call the new two. And I start working the new two of like, here's 2 new minutes, here's 2 new minutes, here's 2 new minutes, as I evolve one topic into a variety of other topics. And then when I go, okay, and I got this interesting topic now, or it's a response to something like the topic I'm speaking on and writing on now is this thing called Now What? And it's like, it's in response to like a post-pandemic high inflation, high interest rate world. So like, what is the effect on that? So is this external thing that affected like, oh shit, I need to know something. So I'll come up with a core and then go new to, new to, new to, new to, new to, new to, new to. I keep going. I do that speech or a version of that speech. And I don't say I only do one speech. I'll do whatever. I can do a million different speeches. I just dial some stuff up and some stuff down. But I keep touring the speech. And while I'm doing that, I'm really active on LinkedIn. And the reason I'm really active on LinkedIn is I don't really give a shit about followers and likes and all that kind of stuff. I use LinkedIn as an open mic night. So I read an article that inspires a thought. I share the thought with the article and I get feedback on my thinking. And then if it's interesting, I go, oh, this is cool. I'm going to work this into the speech. So I'm always developing material by responding to articles and integrating it into the speech. And then I get to a point where I'm at now where I go, okay, I got 3 hours of content. I got a book. Now I got a book. And so I've just started writing the third book. And it's based on the speech that I've been giving for the past year. So the speech is always, always evolving. And then it gets to a point where it's like, now I need to sit down and do this in book form. So it's
That's
like Chris Rock leading up to the HBO special, except my speech is never done.
Mhm.
but it does get to that point where the HBO special is like, or the Netflix special, where it's like, okay, and now I know what the book is.